A huge drama rocked the Scuderia Ferrari paddock ahead of the 2025 Canadian Grand Prix. Their young star, Charles Leclerc, was forced to retire from the second practice session after crashing heavily in FP1, damaging his car's chassis. What made the situation worse was not just the technical failure, but also the scathing comments from Lewis Hamilton, which added pressure to Ferrari and Leclerc amid the ongoing crisis. Can Ferrari recover after Leclerc's fall and Hamilton's comments? Let's discuss, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. At the start of FP1, Leclerc showed signs of confidence. In the first 15 minutes, he led the timesheets and appeared ready to compete with his rivals for the weekend. But everything changed drastically at turn 3. While pushing the limits of his SF25 car, Leclerc locked the front tires, veered off the track, and slid onto the wet grass at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Within seconds, the left front of his car hit the concrete wall hard. The red flag was waved. Leclerc's car came to rest badly damaged. Although he emerged from the cockpit unscathed, he was filled with deep disappointment. He finished the session in 10th place, but that didn't matter anymore. The bad news was just beginning. After the session, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur delivered the bitter truth in an official statement. Leclerc's chassis had suffered structural damage. This meant that the team would have to replace the part and carry out a series of rigorous checks in accordance with FIA regulations, which would prevent Leclerc from participating in the second practice session. "We think the chassis is damaged, so we won't be able to do FP2, Vasseur said grimly. The day is over for Charles. A few hours later, a Scuderia Ferrari spokesman confirmed that Leclerc's SF25 survival cell needed to be replaced. This is a complicated and time-consuming procedure. Charles will not take part in FP2, the statement said. However, in accordance with the regulations, he will be able to race again in FP3. In front of the media, Charles Leclerc spoke in a regretful but firm tone. He did not make excuses. Instead, he admitted that the crash was the result of a personal error in judgment. "I thought I could avoid the wall, but I was wrong. It was a stupid crash. I feel very sorry for the whole team," he said. "The wheel hit the chassis, and that was enough to crack it. We can't use 2 chassis in one day, so I can only watch today." However, Leclerc insisted that the incident would not affect his determination to perform well for the rest of the weekend. "I am confident with the car. We are competitive. I will recover in FP3 and qualifying. I am 100% confident," he added with unwavering confidence. Amid the heated and tense atmosphere enveloping the paddock, a figure who always attracts attention made a sharp comment: Lewis Hamilton. The 7-time world champion, who finished 5th in FP1 and 8th in FP2, made an immediate impact on the media when he was asked about Charles Leclerc's crash in the first practice session. "This is a critical moment for Ferrari," Hamilton said seriously. "Leclerc is a great driver, incredibly talented. But in a situation like this, what he needs most is not speed, but calm. The internal pressure at Ferrari is very high, and I know very well what it's like to be in a situation like that, where one mistake can create an even bigger problem." Hamilton's comments sparked an immediate and heated debate in the paddock. Some viewed this as a show of empathy from an experienced veteran who had weathered similar storms, particularly when defending a major team. However, many also viewed the statement as a subtle dig, a veiled message to his soon-to-be rival and teammate. Adding to the tension, rumors of internal conflict at Ferrari have resurfaced. Rumors of a major evaluation and even the possibility of removing team principal Frédéric Vasseur after the Canadian Grand Prix have resurfaced behind the scenes. With the atmosphere at Ferrari continuing to heat up and Hamilton's comments stirring speculation, the drama in Maranello does not seem to be subsiding anytime soon. With just one practice session left before qualifying, Leclerc is in a difficult position. He had to start from scratch in FP3 to get a feel for the track, collect data, and build confidence, while his rivals had already gathered more information since Friday morning. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz remains solid and focused in the garage next door. Of course, the pressure on him will increase if Leclerc fails to perform optimally. Hamilton and Mercedes, on the other hand, are still looking for car balance. Although FP2 did not produce satisfactory results, Hamilton said they have potential for qualifying. The temperature within the Ferrari team is getting hotter after the dramatic incident that befell Charles Leclerc in the FP1 session of the Canadian Grand Prix. This is not only because of the loss of important momentum in a crucial weekend, but also because of a major rumor that has shaken the entire Maranello headquarters. team principal Frédéric Vasseur's future is now on the line. Rumors about his potential dismissal or forced resignation have spread widely among Italian journalists. Two major media outlets, La Gazzetta dello Sport and Corriere della Sera, reported that Ferrari's top brass is evaluating Vasseur's position, and a significant decision will likely be announced immediately after the Canadian Grand Prix ends. This news immediately set off alarm bells within the team. According to unnamed insiders, tensions between Ferrari management and Vasseur have been evident since the start of the season. However, incident after incident, from botched pit strategies to rifts between drivers, has only made matters worse. Leclerc's crash in Montreal, which forced him to miss second practice, was seen as a turning point that could hasten the end of Vasseur's tenure. During the official press conference before FP2, Frédéric Vasseur finally spoke out. His tone was firm yet emotional. The Frenchman seemed to be struggling to contain his deep frustration, which was unusual. "I have to stay calm because it's an internal matter," Vasseur said, his voice shaking. "But it's very painful, not only for me personally, but for the whole team. Even our families are affected by this unnecessary pressure." He said that the rumors of his dismissal were not just hurtful gossip but a real threat to the team's concentration and stability. The team is under immense pressure to be competitive in a very tight season. "It's not fair," he continued. "We are struggling in the middle of a difficult season. Instead of receiving support, we are being attacked by speculation that could damage everyone's morale in the garage." F1 analysts are beginning to speculate that this is more than just poor results on the track. Some say that Ferrari is now divided internally. One camp wants to keep Vasseur for the sake of the project's long-term stability, while another camp, including several top executives from the Ferrari industrial division, is losing patience. There are even rumors that the relationship between Vasseur and Charles Leclerc is not as harmonious as it appears in public. Several controversial strategic decisions in previous races are said to have eroded their trust in each other. This is further exacerbated by Lewis Hamilton's arrival next season, as he is believed to bring a new political dynamic to the team. With the situation becoming increasingly unstable, all eyes are on the outcome of the Canadian Grand Prix. The pressure inside Ferrari is already reaching alarming levels. If they fail to perform competitively again, especially after the incident involving Leclerc, the criticism will be unstoppable, and management will face the most intense scrutiny of the season. Many in the paddock and the Italian media believe that a full review of Frédéric Vasseur's position as team principal is inevitable, regardless of the result in Montreal. The Canadian Grand Prix is no longer just a battle for points or podiums. It has become a battleground to save the team's reputation, maintain the trust of the Tifosi, and resolve the deepening leadership crisis. This is about Ferrari's existence as a top team. It's about the future. It could also be the last time Frédéric Vasseur stands on the pit wall in that legendary red uniform. Behind the cameras and the roar of the engines, this is not just another race weekend. It is the setting for a crisis that threatens Charles Leclerc's future, Frédéric Vasseur's fate, and Ferrari's credibility as a legendary Formula One team. Will Ferrari be able to salvage their reputation amidst a storm that is shaking their foundations, or is this the beginning of the Red Dynasty's collapse in the new Formula One era? Share your thoughts below.